Where's my free time?
You probably are cheated in it. Welcome to Improving Parent-Child Relationships. In this episode, we'll be visiting with Stephanie and her family for a third time. Stephanie has been making progress on withdrawing from power struggles and setting limits with her daughters Adrian 2 and Catalina 4. Now she is focusing on being more consistent and following through. As we begin, Stephanie is talking about her lack of firmness.
As we've been going through this class, we can see that I've been very lenient a lot of times, and I don't have a tendency to discipline them like I should, and so I've just kind of let things go, and now we're trying to enforce some of those. Out of it, it's just difficult to hear the complaining after they didn't get what they wanted.
When you go to reinforce a rule or take a position, do you ever find yourself anticipating, oh gosh, now they're really going to kick up a fuss?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes that sort of prompts you to maybe not want to do it, except then you do, because you know in the outcome, them fitting into the situation is more important.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Kids who kick up a fuss are formidable. I mean, it feels like it.
You want to color it?
No, I want to read it.
Please don't touch. Hey.
No,
As soon as it gets to the end of this, let me know, okay? If you turn the computer off when it's not ready to get off, then it'll wreck the computer.
Good. She's fooling with the computer, and she isn't supposed to be, right? And so you've decided that she's going to be removed. And she doesn't like it. Is it okay for her not to like that you're going to take her away? That's important, because otherwise, you know, it's hard to follow through. So you feel that you're doing the right thing, and though she doesn't like it, it's good training, and you're proceeding, right? Is that kind of what
Whose picture is this?
Mine.
Hey. Let us know when you're ready to join the family.
used the computer and turned it off, and so you're taking her away. That makes sense. I think it looks like you thought maybe just putting her on the couch might take care of it, and then she crawled back in,
back.
right, and hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think she hit you?
Tried to show me who was boss, I guess.
Yeah, you can't take me in there. What are you talking about? You know, when she crawled back, there was kind of a moment where she sat there, and it looked to me like she was kind of sizing up her point of entry.
Yeah.
And then she kind of.
Picture is this?
Mine.
And then she kind of headed for you and hit you. But I think you quickly caught that that was a continuation of the struggle before, and then that's when you decided, I'll just take her to her room.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To me, that seems like an appropriate thing to be doing, and you feel that way too?
Mm-hmm.
Was that hard for you to do?
Well, the only reason why it's difficult is because I know I'm going to have to stand there and hold the door for a while. So, yeah, so you're kind of still stranded.
Yeah, you have to really think about how to invest your time, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you. That's one of the things that sort of helps us not follow through, is thinking about what it means to be able to do this.
Yeah.
But I would say that, I would guess that almost no matter what amount of time you had to spend on the other side of the door, it's probably worth it. I am sure she knows it.
I'm sure she
Because
does.
she knows you're on the other side of the door. She knows you've got your hand on the doorknob. So in a way, the power struggle continues, though through the door.
Yeah.
You know, about, I can make you stand there as long as I want to, says she. How could you minimize that a little bit?
Probably by putting a lock on the door. Or
Yeah, maybe. And I think what's important there, it's very important how you feel about that. I mean, some people would say that's just fine to do. Other people would say, oh, I could never do a thing like that. I think it has to make sense to you as something you would do, otherwise it won't work for you. But that could be in the right direction, because then you're not on the other side of the door holding it, and she's not tying you up with it.
Right.
Remove children promptly and calmly when behavior is inappropriate. Avoid being overly involved with children when they have been removed.
I'd like to spend some time with you. Listen to me, please. I'd like to spend some time with you doing some things that you like to do, but I have some things I have to get done first, okay? When I get done the things that I need to do, then I'll spend some more time with you, okay?
But I think you're trying to set a limit with her, yes.
Yeah.
And does it matter to you whether she likes that or not?
I think at that point it probably would have been best for me just to stand up and walk away and
Okay.
just to make the statement and to leave instead of continuing to feed into it.
Try and make her happy or make
Right.
it okay. Do you think that's something that sometimes you feel like you want to do? You kind of want to make it okay or for her to like
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah, and I think the downside of that is that if she knows that, then she can demonstrate you can really never make it okay for me, unless of course you do what I want all the time. That would
Something
be
to do on your own, okay? Okay? All right. Let's try it again.
it's kind of summarized by the word okay.
Yeah.
That kind of implies that somehow she should agree with that or like it. And, you know,
Yeah, we still have an okay issue.
because she probably isn't. So actually that could be a good reminder to yourself. I don't know how much you pay attention to your own language, but when you find yourself saying okay, that could be an indication that maybe I'm looking for something here that I'm really not going to get.
Right.
Which is approval or agreement, or that she's going to like it, and maybe that just is the way it is. It is unnecessary to make everything okay for children.
All right. Let's try it again.
This ready, Mom. Mommy, this ready, Mommy. Okay, Mom.
Where did Daddy tell you to put your disc at last night?
No. What did he say?
You don't remember?
No.
Where did you get it from?
Into that. Into that. I scare you. I got it from there.
Is there a cover
I
that goes
said,
When
no,
we're done playing with it?
no. No, it doesn't. Oh, you're freaking, Mommy. You're freaking.
Where did you get that word from? Who told you that word? What's that word mean?
Rude.
What's freaking mean?
Rude.
Rude? So
The issue here is that Catalina has used a word that you don't like, freaking,
I was kind of curious of what
where
the
she got it.
yeah, kind of mostly that was just curiosity.
Yeah. So that's just something that you're kind of interested in exploring.
Right.
Now, you're still trying to get whatever you're working on done. So here you're in kind of a difficult situation because you're honestly interested in something she said. And I guess you could have the opportunity of talking with her about it some other time if you remember to do it.
Yeah.
But there's this thing that you're trying to finish as well. So how much do you want to finish what you're working on without all this kind of discussion and operation?
Actually, pretty much when my husband's not home, I know that I'm not going to be able to get a lot done anyway, so I usually do a lot of stuff. You know, I guess I could just save it for that particular time of the evening when he's there, that I can, instead of trying to piece it out and allowing them to continue to pull at me. I mean,
You could do that, and then when they're 18, you'd have a turn. Well, I think you're right. One strategy is just, I'm not even going to try to do this because there's no hope that I'll be able to do it, and that's the way
Right.
it is. But in a way, I think that's a shame because I think one of the learning experiences they need is what are they going to do when you're not available at any split second they might want you. Maybe I want to establish myself as having a very short period of time. I don't know that it has to be very long, but a time when I'm doing something and what I'm doing comes first, or what I'm doing is going to be done, and that I don't know what the two of you are going to do, but this constant interrupting of me isn't going to be what's happening.
Well, see, I'm confused because, see, I understand that the two of them know how to do things on their own, because sometimes when I come home from work or I come home from the grocery store or anything, I can see Catalina's coloring, playing on the computer, whatever, and Adrian's in her room playing with her dolls and has some little thing going on, and my husband's doing his own little thing. And everybody just has their own place, and I'm not sure why it is that, well, actually I am. I understand now why it is that they all can do their own thing when I'm not there. But when I'm there, everything revolves around me,
And why are you the only one that can't do her little thing ever? Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, I don't know
Yes.
if he just locks himself in a room, but he doesn't. He'll be cooking dinner, and one will be in the other room, and one will be in this room. Everybody's got their own little project going on.
Yeah.
And then the minute I walk in the door, everybody's just right on me,
Why
I feel cheated. Where's my free time?
You probably are cheated, and I think that's not an unreasonable thing to want. I think it's okay that you would have a few minutes to do whatever you want to do. I think some of it has to do with how definite do you feel about this. The impression I get from you is that you really don't think it's all that equitable or fair. How come everybody has some time to focus on something except me? And should I have to wait till midnight when everybody's gone to bed and nobody's there? And I don't think so. I think maybe establishing yourself now would be good. I think it is true that they do this because you have allowed it. And I think the reason you've allowed it is you're a nice person. You really are. I mean, I think you care about them, you're interested in them, you're nice to them. And they know that they can just push nice a little bit because you wouldn't want to be anything less than nice. Always responding to children's needs and requests teaches them that they should always come first and that you don't need time for yourself.
Can I break the pillow?
No. Let's get this taken care of first. Gosh, we might not be able to play with the computer this evening.
What's that?
I guess we won't get to play with the discs this evening.
You are doing what you now say you should have done a long time ago. So you do get there, and I'm happy for you, and I think it's probably good advice, get there earlier. Yeah.
We have to put things away.
I want to put it away in my drawer.
You're bearing up under the strain just fine, right? Because you're doing what in the long run is the kinder thing.
A little cereal?
What is this?
Oh no, I might break this crayon. I just stepped on it.
You took a definite position, and she must have thought you meant it. She could see you were not going to be the one to bend over and pick that up. Her crayon might get broken, so she acted.
I want pork.
Would you like a little cereal?
I get all of the porridge. You're all of them. I get all of the porridge. I get all the porridge.
All of them?
Yeah.
Do you want milk in yours, or do you want them with your hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a sweet spoon.
You have a spoon.
I want to have the milk. It's in the fridge. I want that one. Yeah. Hey, want that one. Hey. Hey, want that one. Hey, want that one.
If you ever doubted the importance of helping somebody be reasonable, watching this would be a big help, wouldn't it? Because on her own path, it would be okay with her to do the unreasonable thing. You've got me the milk, I've got the milk in the bowl, but that's not enough. I want yours. What we don't want her to get is that no matter what anybody else does, it's not good enough. It's not good enough until I've run people around to the point where they've done what I want them to do, just because I want them to do it. Avoid supporting unreasonable requests.
Is it mine is like yours?
Who wants to go through all this, right? This is getting hard, right?
Oh, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Dinner will be ready in a half hour.
Well, why is she crying? Is she starving to death? I think why she's crying right there and carrying on is, I'm not getting my way and I don't like it. And you're going to give me my way because I'm going to make life difficult enough that you just give in. Or you're going to pay for not giving me my way, and maybe next time you will, because you're just going to see how awful I can be when I don't get my way. Children may use crying to get their way.
Dinner's gonna be ready in just a while.
I want cereal.
Yeah, you have a chance.
I want cereal.
I know.
Mommy, what's cereal?
Are you sleepy? You wanna lay down before it's dinner time?
Cereal.
Catalina got a new book in her life. You know what it says? Hippopotamus.
Mommy, look at this.
Hippopotamus?
Hippopotamus.
Check on dinner.
I want some cereals. Mommy, I want some cereals. I want to eat cereals.
Oh, baby, we'll be eating dinner in a little bit.
Cereals.
You can hold out till dinner.
So now there's a series of things going on here in terms of comforting her, of offering her another activity, of offering to read a book. You know, Catalina's got a new book. Wouldn't you like to read that? So is your hope here that you're going to kind of distract her away from wanting a cereal?
That was the intention, yeah.
What do you think about that now?
I don't know that was a good idea.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? But it looks to me like she has created quite a fuss around this and it's like a song with the refrain, I want the cereal, even though I don't even know if you gave her cereal now whether she'd eat it. It's not really about the cereal. It's about you doing what she wants you to do. So my guess is any offer you make her is probably going to get turned down.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's more powerful for me to show you that you can't make this okay. You didn't do what I wanted you to do, to give me the cereal, and now nothing you offer me is going to be quite right. If you were editing life the way we can edit this tape, is there a piece of this you just take right out of there?
Well, it would probably be this whole center section here.
Yeah. So then it's, so you don't like the cereal, it's down from the high chair and you're gone, and none of this would be happening.
Right.
One of the things about this is until you kind of look at it in retrospect, you don't see that you're going through all this, right?
Right.
And you have this kind of general awareness that you're a little irritated, but you really haven't pinpointed why. And when you look at it in retrospect, you see that this was actually kind of an annoying series of interactions, right? And that you didn't get anywhere. I mean, you weren't able to talk her out of being irritated or distract her from wanting a cereal. You just didn't get anywhere you wanted to be, so why bother, right?
Yeah.
And what she's learning here is protracted irritation. Distraction rarely diverts unreasonable demands. Act sooner rather than later.
I'll be the cereals.
Let's go have a little quiet time. I think if you have a little bit of time to yourself, maybe you'll be more willing to spend time with the family.
You had taken her out, I am guessing, because you were really tired of the cereal discussion.
I think she ended up hitting me too right before that.
So,
Yeah.
so enough was enough. So how long was she in there, do you think?
Oh, I'm not sure. A couple minutes, I would go.
Was she quiet when you opened the door?
I really don't remember. Sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't.
Yeah.
Usually I try to get her down to at least a low cry
Yeah.
before I...
What do you think? And then again, that could be confusing to her, because sometimes I get out when I'm quiet, or nearly so. Sometimes I get out when I'm still kind of cranked up about things. So would it help you if you had a sort of simple but clear rule about I open the door when it's quiet in there?
That probably would be.
And less confusing for her and less difficult for you. Whether you lock the door or hold it or whatever it is you're doing, but it's just... Use simple, consistent rules.
What's wrong today, huh? You want to lay down and watch TV in the other room, or do you want to lay in here and take a nap? That wasn't the question.
On a cereal kick. That maybe being there a little longer would be fine, because what you're trying to demonstrate is this is over. We're not talking about cereal. It's not continuing, whatever.
Are you going to sit down and watch VeggieTales?
Adrian, you gonna play with Daddy? You almost had it. You had it right the first time.
Yeah, he goes like
It's
that.
right there.
Do you remember the movie?
Good job, Adrian. Yeah, but she still has it. Good job.
Yeah, cereals.
Mommy says you have to wait for dinner.
So Henry is saying, Mom said you needed to wait, and so he's supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, huh?
Yeah, he does pretty well.
You can watch TV though. You can watch TV.
No, cereals.
You want to help Daddy water the plants?
Want to have cereals.
You want to have cereals?
Yeah, cereal. I said.
You said.
There it is right there. What do you think about the way he says that to her? You say.
Yeah, he does say that a lot.
Well-
He kind of repeats back what they say, as in.
Yeah. See, and I don't know what he meant. I mean, it might be interesting for you to go home and talk with him about it, but I'm interpreting this as sort of, she's telling him what to do. You know, go tell Mom I want cereal, and she's kind of has the idea that maybe she sort of set him in motion to get you moving. And she's being a little bossy. And I interpret his comment as you say, as kind of, wait a minute. You know, I don't
Right.
think you're telling me what to do here.
Right.
And that to me feels pretty clear. And I think, I don't know what happens after this, but I'm guessing that that's pretty clear to her, because look at her.
Yeah, I think that she probably got the hint there that nothing was going to be done, and I think
Right.
I think it definitely cut it off.
And he looks, I mean, if I were to look at him, I would say this is somebody who pretty much has decided we're not doing this, right? He's pleasant. I mean, you gotta like this guy, right? He's very pleasant, but he's very definite, and I think he knows what he thinks. And that might be what she doesn't quite know about you
Right.
yet. I believe she could know it about you, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
that would be better than probably something like, well, I'm not going to do everything that you say all the time, you know, or whatever my lecture may be. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't always get your way, you know. Yeah, I guess you said would probably be a little more.
So there's
cut and
a
dry.
tremendous economy of words here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that not only he's not going to do it, he's not going to go on and on about it.
Right. I set a platform of we're not going to have cereal. they can still see the frustration. They can still see me wearing down. And so they're still getting the same effect. You know, they're just doing it differently.
Right.
Instead of actually getting what they want, they're still getting my attention, and they can see that it's just wearing me down, basically.
Well, I think that's important, the wearing down notion, because probably the expense of not taking action and being definite is the wearing down process. So it sounds to me like the refinement you want to make is cutting down on the possibilities for wearing down. This is reasonable, I'm taking action, this is it, no wearing down, period. You know, express your firmness clearly to children. They can tell whether you mean it or not.
I think really pulling it down to one issue is really what's going to be effective for me, is deciding that, because I think over a period of time I've thought to myself, I really would like to have some time to myself, and I shouldn't have to wait for everybody to go to bed. I mean, I've been sitting there at midnight finishing laundry, you know, putting them on hangers and stuff, just so that I'm not pestered with the chore of, you know, and I don't feel like anymore that it's okay for me to just wait till my husband gets there and say, okay, you take the kids. Maybe when they were babies that might have been a little bit more necessary, where I could say take them, but I think now, seeing that they're capable of finding their own things to do, that's what I should be enforcing. I guess for some reason I thought to myself that it would be a more loving family environment if I was there, you know, listening and loving all the time, and I don't, you know, we didn't really have that when I was growing up. Everybody kind of did their own thing, you know, and so I never really felt connected to my parents, but I'm sure that my kids can find a connection with me rather than having it. So, you know, you've absolutely hit on a gold mine here, because I think what you're saying is that I wanted to do the living and loving thing because I didn't have that when I was little, the way I might have wanted to. And so now I want to make sure it happens for them. And in all the best efforts to provide all of this, you're actually kind of working against yourself, because what isn't happening is the living and loving that comes from the respect that gets established between people in the family, which you should full have as well as anybody. And how loving do you feel toward people who continue to annoy you all the time? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's part of establishing what you're going to need to feel as loving as you would like to feel. And you've given a lot. You've given a lot, maybe even a little bit too much, in the effort to make sure they have it. You can use these principles and skills to improve your relationships with children. Here are some of the main principles from this episode. The consequence of misbehavior is not to be with people. Everything doesn't need to be okay for children. Don't teach children that you are always available.
Where's my free time?
Convey firmness clearly.